This conference will now be recorded.
The agenda for today's session, we are going to start our discussion on databases or schemas. And we are discussing about Hive tables. In Hive tables, we are going to start our discussion on two types of tables. One is the Hive managed table, and second one is Hive external table. And we are going to discuss about some basic data types and some advanced data types of Hive. Okay, with respect to array and maps along with integers, string, and for. And followed with, we will be discussing with how to load using the load statement to load data from HTTP request into this Hive table and some basic operations, like the select operations and so on. So this is the agenda for today. As I already told, so here you can you know already how to install Hive, and then here in terms of Hive installation as instances, what we need. So here we need to configure the following. Okay, if you want to download Hive, it is your choice. You can download any version. You download Hive, and under that bash RC, assume that you have downloaded Hive under home, under Hadoop. This is the location where you have downloaded, and the Hive Apache Hive any version 0.16.0, any version that you downloaded. Under the bash RC file, what you need to do, already the bash RC file containing Java path, and you have this Hadoop path also, which is present under this bash RC file. Here you want to add this Hive underscore path. Then apart from that, you need to add a class path. You need to add a two class paths. Already this is nothing. The lib folder associated with the Hadoop in that class path, and another class path, the lib folder associated with the Hive need to be like this. Okay, and you have a file by name hive-environment.sh. Under hive-environment.sh file, what you need to do, you need to specify that the Java Scrum path and Hadoop Scrum path. Okay, so these are all the things and that is already discussed. After performing all those things, if you go and start everything is perfect. So, and you are on, go to the location where you have configured CD home, Hadoop, and then Apache that will hyphen file. From here, type this command, build class type, it will take you to the Hive shell. Okay, this is the Hive. So these are all the things that already discussed. So after discussion of this same schema and some data types and how to load statements, I will show all these things practically. Let me start now in terms of tables. Okay, as you already said. So what is the use of Hive? If you have your data in your HDFS, okay, this is your Hadoop distributed file system. Here you have multiple data nodes where you have your data. The data that has been stored here is in a text format, or it can be in a Auro format, that is a binary format. If you are storing your data in terms of audio file and video file, it will be in Auro format, okay, or it will be in another format called sequential format. We will discuss what are all the various file formats that is supported by Hive. So you just imagine that the data that has been stored will be a semi-structured data. So here, how to add a structure to the data? To add a structure to the data, you want to write a map reduce program. Okay? So by using, if you want to do any analytics on top of it, you need to write a map reduce program. So here you can use Java or Python like language. So to overcome from the difficulties associated with this native map reduce program using this language. So here But Apache open source provided a tool called as Hive, and then using this tool, what you can do, this tool uses a language called the Hive query language. This tool is almost similar to SQL, structured query language. User will write a query. Hive internally transforms the query to the appropriate map reduce and it will do process on top of it. Okay, so for this, what Hive refers, here the data that is stored here. For example, assume that you brought the data from your RDBMS, relational database management system like Azure, Oracle, or MySQL, anything. In our example, we have data from MySQL. Here we have a table by name employee with employee number, employee name, and job and salary field. If the user needs the data here stored being it is a structured data, the user can able to apply a query. Any query the user can able to apply. So here the data has been brought into this SQL storage by using tools like Scoop. So here the data will be stored in the text format. Okay. Assume the data here one RAM, job, DBA, salary 9%. Has been stored in form of either a comma separated format or a tab separated format or any other format. Okay. So this is the format here by which the data, let me make it as employee.text. This is the file where you have the data stored in this SQL. So the user couldn't make any sense being it is a text data. Then in order to make sense, in order to make this semi-sense data into intelligible format similar to that of structured data, then Hive uses a component called Hive meta. Hive metastore will make a metadata information about your data. So it will have a mapping. When a user issues a query, okay, similar to that option, the user issues the select query, select start from example, let me make it as employee. Then here, this employee record is associated with this text file here, employee.text file. Like the employee record is associated with employee.text file, which is stored under the following location. Under home, you have a text file. The text file contains 4 fields. You can consider the first field as employee number, second is the employee name, job, salary, right? All these metadata information should be managed by the metastore. Okay. Here we can by default Hive uses a database called DB. This is the default database. Hive uses for maintaining this metadata information. While installing Hive, DB by default will be configured. If you want to maintain more metadata information, you can configure any database like MySQL or Oracle. It is up to the choice to decide. This is the default database. So when a user receives a query, I will refer to this metastore and it will give which corresponding text file that I need to query according to the user's need and I will do the process. Okay, here the data which is stored in Hive. So here from this employee.text format, the data want to be here mapped into Hive in form of a table, that is Hive table. Similar to that of SQL table, here too we have a table. We need to create a Hive table. So the Hive table, in terms of Hive, there are two types of Hive tables. One is a Hive managed table, Hive external table. These are all the basic two types of Hive tables. Hive managed table and Hive external table. Whenever you create a table, this is the default. If it doesn't specify anything, managed table will be created. Okay, so what is
your voice is breaking actually, little bit, it's not clear. Pawan, is this case for you also?
no, it is going fine.
Yes, Raman. There is light.
Your voice is dropping a little bit sometimes. Do you have a proper internet connection, Raman?
Yeah, my connection is 80 Mbps.
Okay. No, that might be sometime is ACT or what?
Okay, now okay.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah, okay. So we have Hive managed tables and we have Hive external tables. So this is the default. Okay, if you create a table in Hive, by default it will create a managed tables. Okay, it won't create an external table. So you want to explicitly need to specify for creating the external table. Under which circumstances you need to create an external table. For example, you have data here in your HDF. Okay, so apart from Hive, you are going to make use of a pig. You are going to make use of like Apache Spark. Okay, Spark query language, pig, which is going to share the data in terms that you need to use this external table. Whereas you are going to make use of only Hive, then you can create the managed table. So because Hive take care of managing the metadata and the data associated with the table, if it is the managed table. Whereas if it is the external table, Hive knows its limit. Okay, here it will maintain the metadata information alone. It won't take care of managing the data. Okay, so what is the difference between these two things? First one, it is entirely managed by Hive. All operations are managed by Hive. All operations along with this metadata information and the original data will be handled by Hive, taken care by Hive. Whereas in external table, Hive takes care of only metadata. It won't take care of data. Being the data is Hive is not the owner for data. The data is going to be shared by multiple tools. Hive doesn't take any ownership for the data. Being it create only metadata, it will maintain the metadata information. So here, when you create a table, the table by default will be created under user Hive warehouse folder. This is the default location. This location is in HDFS under user Hive warehouse. Then the name of the database that we are, for example, if you are going to have a database by name Thiru, under the name we will be having a table, we will be having a folder by name employee. This is the default location where Hive managed table will be created. If you want to change it, yes, we can change it by passing some parameters. So at the time of creating the table, you no need to specify any location for storing the table's data. This is the default location. Kindly make a note. This location is called Hive's warehouse location. Hive's warehouse folder, warehouse location of Hive. Okay. So whereas if you create an external table, you want to specify the location of the table's data. I doesn't know where to look for. Okay, you want to specify the locations of tables data. That is the first major difference. Then the next difference is, okay, if you drop a table, both the table's data and the metadata, being it is managed by Hive, both the things will be gets dropped. Whereas here, if you drop the table, being the external table, Hive takes care of managing the metadata information alone. Metadata alone will be dropped, deleted. Okay, so here the original data will be there. It won't affect any original data. So here, at the time of creation of external table, you need to specify the location. In that location, if you have your data files, and then the Hive will map the data files into the table. If not, then if you create the table, at that time there is no data associated with the table instance, no problem. Hive will create a empty table. At later point of time, by using this load statement, you can able to load the data into the appropriate location in both the cases. Okay. So these are all the major differences associated between a managed table and the external table. Do you have any doubt with respect to this? Please, we have a more discussion. So after that, apart from this managed table and external table, here we have a partitioned table. Further, the table has been subdivided into a partitioned table and an unpartitioned table also. Okay, so the partitioned table, the advantage of partitioned table is to maintain data in a finer granularity manner, so that the querying of the data will be very, very fast. We will discuss, okay. For both managed and external table, we have two categories. One is partitioned table for both category, unpartitioned table, okay. So we will be having the advantages where to use partitioned managed table, where to use partitioned external table. Like this, we will discuss. Okay, here we will be going up with a concept called dynamic partitioning, one of the most important concepts, dynamic partitioning. Okay, so these are all some of the things associated. So similar to that of a partition. Okay, so to maintain data in a final granularity manner, we have another concept called bucketing. These are all the two most important concepts associated with the Hive for managing the data in an efficient manner, data management. Okay, we'll be giving more focus for this partitioning and bucketing. Now I will let you know how to create a managed table and how to create an external table and how to load the data into the table. So before going up with, if you have any doubt, please let me know.
So Hive will
Yes?
not save or maybe will not create any database inside it. It's only just point to the HDFS file alone, right, Raman?
No, we need to create a database. Under the database, we need to create a table. Here in that table, we need to specify what are all the fields that we need based upon the text data that we have having in
Okay.
the HDFS. Hive at that time, Hive will load the data, the text data into the table. I will show each and everything.
So if you have 1 terabyte of file in HDFS, if you are creating a table, suppose example EMP table is there, right? Whatever we have created in the scope. So the scoop maybe, we have imported data of 1 terabyte of data or maybe 2 megabytes of data we have imported from scoop to HDFS as a file. So now we were trying to load that file into Hive, basically, just trying to. So it will again, the Hive will have this 2 MB of file of data will be again stored into DB. So it will be again occupy again 2 MB of space.
Yeah, it will be here occupy space if it is a managed table. If it is an external table, just a link to that table.
Only pointer. It's a pointer only.
Yeah, it is a link to the pointer to the table. So when you drop the table, that pointer alone will be terminated. The data won't be terminated.
Yeah, because anything in Oracle also we have external tables concept. So just we'll create a metadata for that file, and we will just find, and it will be used as a its visibility will be as a table, but it's not exactly table. So underground, underneath it's only file basically. So it's okay. Got it. Got it.
Okay.
Got it, Raman. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So now let's go. These tables need to be organized under the database. Let me create a database here. We can call these in terms of Hive terminology either as a database or a schema. Okay, so when you log in into this Hive shell from your OS prompt, when you log in into the Hive, it will take you to this Hive shell. So here, if you want to view what are all the databases that it is present, the command is show database. It will list you all the databases. Assume that you want to create a database by name Thiru. Let me make it, under which we need to create a table by name employee. So here, either we can create a databases or we can specify a schema. So schema, it will list you all the schemas that it is associated. So both the database and schema are same. Okay. So here, how to create a database? The command to create a database is create. Everything need to be organized under this database. Being you are already aware of Oracle, we know under the database only we have these table spaces. Under table spaces, you have the data field, and the database you have these data associated. Similarly, everything needs to be under the database. Okay, create database, database name. Okay, let me make it as the database name is Guru. You can either use create database or you can use create schema. Both the thing works fine here. Okay, both the thing is set. So after creating the database, what you need to know? You need to connect with the database. To connect with the database, the command is use database name. Okay, here use Thiru will take you to the Thiru shell. But if you are not unaware of where you are connected with the particular database, if you want, in that prompt itself, so Hive shell itself, to which database that you got connected, if you want to make it a display, then you need to set a property. The property by default won't be set. You want to set, please make a note, set Hive dot CLI dot print dot current DB dot current database. This property you want to set. Okay, in your Hive prompt, once you connected with this Hive shell, you need to set the property. Set Hive CLI command line interface dot print dot current database is equals to true. And once you set the property, whenever you got connected, now the Hive shell will be Hive. It will also show you the database that you got connected. Please make it. So this is the way by which you can make it. How to, if you make the property false, then database won't be listed. Only shell alone won't be listed. Please make it.
Sure, Rama.
Yeah, for this session, this database will be name will be listed. Yes.
Yeah, Raman.
Okay. So if you want to make it permanent, what you need to do? You want to store in a file called Hive run control. Under the Hive installed location, you have a file by name Hive run control. Here, if you put this into the Hive run control script, every time you start this Hive shell, automatically to which database that you got connected will be shown here. Okay, it will be permanent. So this is applicable if you use this set command. This is applicable. This validity, the lifetime of this particular set command validity is only for that session only. Okay. Once you come out of the cell and you make a login again, so this property won't be set. If you want to make it permanent, then you want to store it in a Hive RC. This file will be under the following location, under the installed location, under home, under Hadoop, under the Apache Hive installed location. You can find this file. This is a hidden file. You want to use ls-al command to list the file. Okay, so in that file, you can do the needed thing. So if you write this entire line into the file, whenever Hive starts, it will first read the Hive RC file. RC stands for run control script file. Okay, then what are all the things that has been set here will be set by default. So this is the way by which you can make it either a temporary or as a permanent. So once you have created the database, you can able to view the database. Okay, create database, and then you can describe the details about this database. The command is describe database. That will give a detailed information about your database. Okay, please describe database, the name of the database you have created. So this great database will give you the more detailed information where your data will be stored, who is the owner, like all other, how many files are there, if exist, how many tables are there, all those informations will be. This is the way of creating the database and adding some things on top of it. So here, after you created the database, you can verify that where the database has been created. Under user, under Hive, we have a warehouse. Okay, so we have created this folder at the time of installation of Hive. We have created two things. One is, I think so, Hive/temp, and another one, and then user Hive warehouse, and we have given permission, the execute permission for the both the folders. Here under this folder, the folder is in your HDFS location. Under HDFS, then you can find the name zero.db has been created. Okay, you can verify by typing the command. How you can verify? So you move to the location where you have configured Hadoop from the / Hadoop file system -ls. If you type the following path under user Hive warehouse, it will list you the database name that is created. The output will be zero.db. Okay. So the folder under the name of your database will be created here. If it is a Hive default table, that is the managed table. Here only you need to create your tables. Okay. Here.
Okay, Raman.
Yes. If you create a table, as I told, here the table that it is created will be managed table. So if you want to drop the database, the command is drop database. So while dropping the database, the condition is that the database should be empty. It should not contain any tables. Okay. So if the database contains any table, it won't let you drop the database. Okay. How you can drop the database if it contains any table? Here you want to use a command called cascade. That's all. Drop database name, cascade instance. What are all the tables? These are all interview based questions. Okay, so kindly make a note of it. While dropping the database, if you want all the tables associated with the database also need to be dropped, then you want to use as a last command cascade. Drop database through followed with cascade. Okay, it will drop the database along with the tables associated. Even though the database is yes.
Okay, Raman.
These are all the ways by which creating the database, dropping the database, okay, and then if you want, you can do any activity. So instead of this location, instead of this default location, you want your data it need to be stored under a specific, for example, under HDFS user, you need to have a folder by name Raman. Under the Raman, you need to have your database, okay, root.db. How you can make it? This is the default location. At the time of creation of the table itself, automatically both the table as well as database will be created here. If you want to create a database under the specific location, you need to make use of a command call at the time of creation, create database name. What you need to do, you want to specify the keyword, location keyword. What is specify location? And you need to specify the location under user under Raman. Okay, the name of the data under user under Raman single quote close the quotation and exclamation. Okay, this location keyword will override the default location where Hive creates the database. Instead of that, it will create the database in the first specific location. This method.
So, Raman, this is again HDFS file system model, right?
Yeah, it should be HDFS file system.
File system model. Okay.
It should be HDFS file.
So we can list it out by Hadoop FS -ls.
Yeah, Hadoop FS.
Maybe it will display again.
You can issue the command Hadoop DFS, which is to contact
Yeah.
Hadoop DFS, distributor file system, or the command before.
Okay.
Okay. So let me now create the table under the location. Before going to just a small introduction regarding the Hive data types.
Okay.
In terms of this data types has been concerned, there are two types of data types. One is Hive basic data types. and some advanced data types. We call these basics as a primitive data type. Okay, primitive data types. Here, what are all the primitive data types? Where the default data type, like integer, for representing numbers, we use integer. Under integer, we have tiny integer, small integer, okay, etc., etc. Just to make a sense. And for representing a decimal, we have a concept called float. Okay, so here we have a double also, so for storing 64-bit. Okay, so here we may have a data type called boolean for marking as a true or false. Okay, and then for storing this sequence of characters, we make use of a string, or we can make use of this varchar. Both the thing is supported here, string or varchar. And for storing binary data, that is your text file, apart from text file, audio or video, you have a data type called the binary. Okay. And here for storing some date and time, you have a data type timestamp. These are all some of these basic data types: integer, float, for representing boolean, and for representing string, varchar, for storing this binary data, binary, for storing some date and time value. These are all the data types that it is associated. Okay. So here, apart from this binary, we have some complex data types, or we otherwise called as advanced data types, or a collection data types in Hive terminology, a collection data type. So here we have three types of data types. One is structure, which is similar to that of a structure that you make use of in C. Another one is array, and third one is map. Okay. To know what is array, array is used to store the ordered sequence of several data associated with the same data types. For example, array of age. Okay, so here you want to store an age of 10 people. Okay, so here we can make it as an array, as an age of 10. Similarly, if you want to store names of 10 people, you can make use of array. Array is a container which holds a number of elements belonging to same data type. And then structure. A structure is analogous to structure in C. For example, if you want to store address of 10 people, your address contains door number, it contains a street name, it contains a city, it contains a pin code. It is a combination of integer and it is a combination of string. So here, if you want to accommodate multiple data types for a particular record, that can be accommodated using structure. Okay. Structure contains a set of elements belonging to different data types. And then maps. Everything in Hadoop is represented in form of a key and value pair. If you want to store the data in form of key and value pair, you can make use of a data type called map. Okay? So these are all the three data types which comes under the collection data type. These things that you are unaware of map. Array and structure you have already familiarity. Whereas these two things is a new thing. A map is a new thing. It is used for representing a key and value. Apart from that, what we need to do, so here at the time of creating the table, you want to specify the format specifier. You want to give the format specifier. That means how one field and another field is separated in your source data, and how one line of record that is separated from another line. How fields are separated, how lines are separated. Similarly, if you have this map, array, and structure, you need to specify how these collection items are separated, how these map in this map, how this key and the value are separated. So as I told, you have your source data in HTTPS in forms of text file. In that text file, how these data have been separated. How one field and another one field. For example, I have specified 1 comma RAM comma DB. comma 9,000. Another record, new line, 2, comma, Arun, comma, architect, comma 10,000. Okay, these are all the 2 records that we assume. Yes, the fields are separated using comma as a separator. And one line and another line as separator using new line as a separator. And the file has been stored as a text file. Right? These are all the information that you need to give while creating a table. So Hive expects some default data types. Apart from just the default separators, comma, you can have comma as a separator. You can have a tab as a separator. You can have a hyphen as a separator. Anything as a separator, but you need to specify explicitly. Okay, so here, instead of that, the Hive uses the following. Okay, so Control A, Control B, and Control C. Control A is used for the field as a separation. Okay, the octal corresponding octal code is /001. And the corresponding octal code is /002 and /032. These are all default values Hive expects. For one field and another field, it expects Control A as a separator. And for here, Control C stands for Control C for map and key value, it exports Control C. Okay, and for element into the collection items, it exports as a separator as a Control B. For example, in the array, you have a Ram, you have Arun. Okay, so for example, here we have Pawan as a manager. They are all subordinates. Under Pawan, we have Ram and Arun. Therefore, Ram and Arun forms a being, it is the subordinate. How you can define? The subordinate need to be defined under the array. Under array, these members Ram and Arun will be separated using Control B as a separator. And we have a key and value pair. For example, the tax deduction, okay, is a field. So here we have income tax deduction, we have PF deduction. Income tax deduction is equal to 5%. PF deduction is equal to 3%. Like, okay, here the income tax is represented in form of a key, 5% is represented in form of a value. For tax deduction, we have 2 fields. Okay, each and every field containing a key and value pair. Therefore, the tax deduction needs to be represented under the map data type. Here, how is the key and value is separated? IT 5%, PF 3%. This thing is separated by default using Control C as a separator. These are all the default separators Hive experts. If you have the data in the text file with these default separators, you need to specify explicitly. Okay, by specifying the collection item separator, row format delimited line, the additional thing is not at all needed. It is not by default. If you have overridden instead of the default command, instead of Control A, Control B, and Control C as a separator, if you have your own separator, that thing needs to be specified as the row format. Okay, you please make it. I will show you both the things. So these are all the separators. Okay, how you create a table. So let I create a table and the data set for the small with all the data types involved. Assume that. So this is the table, the name, the salary, and subordinate, and deduction, and then address. Okay, this is the employee table that I am going to under the name Raman. Salary 9,000. Subordinate is Arun. Okay, Raju. And then deduction, we have PF deduction, 1,000 rupees. And we have income tax deduction, 2,000 rupees. And in terms of address, we have 12. We have South Valley Street. And we have pin code. This is my table. These are all the data associated with the test. Okay. Which data type that you need to make use of it for this? Okay. For name, you can use string as your data type. For salary, you can use either integer or float. For subordinate, you want to use the array. Sorry, Raman, there are multiple subordinates. Okay, you want to use the array. Arun, Raju, Babu, these are all subordinates. And for detection, here you have a key and value pair. You have a key and a value pair. Therefore, so detection subordinate is the array. Okay, salary is the integer, name is the string. Here you want to represent a data type, detection as a map. The address, it contains a multiple fields. You have a integer, door number, you have string, and you have this integer. Therefore, you want to specify a data type structure for your access. So these are all the ways by which, according to the data, then you need to store it. So here, how this data, Hive experts this data by default. Okay, assume that you have stored your data in the following manner. Let me create a employee.txt file, and you have a common in this text file. The text file is assumed to be in your local file system. Okay, so here you want to create this table, the employee table. Let me make it as the employee table. You want to create under Hive. This is your Hive table. The data is in your text. How the data should be shared? Assume that you have the data. By default, Hive, if it exports, you need to have control A and control B as a separate. That is okay. So here, Raman 9,000, and you have subordinate value Arun, Raju, and Babu, and you have this is PF 1000, IT 2000, and followed with 12. Southwell is 3 and 6250. So the data will be in this following line. How this data need to be separated? This is your field. This is your name field, salary field, and these are all your subordinate field. Okay, please make a note of this field. This is your field name. This is your salary. They are all subordinate. This corresponds to detection. This corresponds to address. Yes. Here, how this is separated. As we told, you use control A, Hive experts control A for field as a separator. It uses control B for the members of the collection items. Collection items are nothing but the members of array, the members of structure, and the members of the map. And it represents control C for the key and value pair as a separator. Therefore, the separator here is Raman, in between Raman and 9,000 control A, and 9,000 and Arun control A. And this is all the three things together considered as a one field. And we have a control A, and we have control A. Okay, this is the default way Hive experts a separator. And then in terms of subordinates are nothing but collection items. Arun, Raju, and Babu, they are separated by control B, subordinates. Okay, so let me make it control B as a separator. Control B, collection, control B, and then Arun and Raju and Babu control B. Similarly, these two are PF and 1000 is Onrika IT. The separator is control B. Okay, here 12 and Southwell Street control B. Southwell Street and 625 as a control B. These are all members of collection items. And then key and value pair is separated by using control C as a separator. Here you have this control C. Okay, where you have a key and value pair. You have PF control C and the value ID control C. So this is the way by which you should have your data in your employee.txt file. If you, this is the default separators. These are all the default separators. If you have this data, the thing is that you can create simply the table along with the field name. You no need to specify any separators. Okay, I will automatically accept. Instead of that, if you have your data in the following manner, let me take this Raman, and between one field, comma as a separator. Okay, and you have Arun, Raju and Babu separated by, let me make it as colon, Arun, colon, Raju, colon, Babu, and you have this PF. This is separated using hyphen, PF as 1,000. Okay, colon, IT hyphen 2000. Okay, and then you have a comma as a separator 12 colon South Valley Street colon 625001. So assume that you have created the data set employee.text data set with the following. Here one field and another field is separated using comma. Okay, the field instead of control A, you are using comma as a separator. Here the collection items are separated using colon as a separator, and the key and value is separated by using hyphen as a separator. So this is this thing that I need to specify at the time of creation of the table. Okay, this is the default value. For your understanding, I let you know this discussion. This is the default separators. This is the separator as far as your users data. This is the separator, current separators. How you can define at the time of creation of this table, how you can define the separator. Kindly make a note of this. While practicing, you create a file, employee.txt file with the following separators and try to load the data. And you can find, so if you have this control A, control B, so here the equivalent actual value for control A and control B is, as I told, control A stands for /001, control B /002, control C /003. These are all the actual values for your understanding. Okay, you create this example. You create a text file with the comma, colon, hyphen as a separator at the time of creation of the table and try to load the data. Okay, so please make a note. How, if that is the case, the second case, how you can create the table. I will let you know how to create a table for the opposite data. Is it clear? Do you have any doubt in this regard? Pavan?
Raman, fine, Raman, is fine, I think. Maybe when we see examples, I think
Yes,
we can get a good idea when we create it.
Yes, sir.
You need to have a thorough understanding of how Hive stores the data and how Hive experts the data need to be stored. Okay, that is the reason why we give more focus on this data.
So here is the Hive is nothing but it's storing like a flat file. Maybe flat file in the sense like whatever the way we are creating a file in order to get the items, the similar way it will again the structured.
Please, first I will complete. Here, Hive doesn't store as a flat file. The data which is
I'm not saying it's a flat file storing. The format I'm saying.
yes.
No, I'm not saying it will store that file, but the format, whatever the way we are creating a text file, in the similar way, it's also creating a table.
Yeah. This is the format where you need to have in your HDF, in your, whether you can have in a local file system or in your HDFS file system. The source data format. This is the source data. Can you query the data? If the data is in this format, can you able to query? No, you can't query. So for that only, what we need to do, you want to create a table, Hive table, and you want to load the data into the table here. After loading the data, the user can able to query the data from the Hive table. This is what that we are going to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Raman.
So here the associated creation commands. Let I make it. Here for the above set, how to create this. So let me create a table. Under Hive, create table, the name of the table, employee. Okay, to have name, it is a string data type, comma, salary, can be either an integer or float. Okay, it is your choice, integer. And then you have subordinate. Subordinate, the data type is an array. Then within that array, you have string value, array of string. Being it is a name, it is an array of string, comma, and you need to have deductions. Deductions, the data type is map data type. And then you have key and value pair. Then the key is string, pf and it, and followed with colon. The value, okay, the value is a integer, or it can be a float, anything. You can make it either as an integer or as a float, your choice. Okay. Similarly, here too you can have either a float or an integer, anything as your choice. So deduction, here it is a map representing key is a here string and value is integer or float, and followed with comma. Finally, you have this address whose data type is a structure. Okay, the structure containing three things. One is door number, colon, which is the integer. Okay, followed with the comma. You have this street name,
String,
colon, which is a string, comma, and you have the following next pin code, colon, which is the integer. Okay, you close this. So this is the way by which you need to create the table. Okay, so here you open brace and close brace. This is your open brace and close brace. The tables open brace and the tables close brace. And apart from that, what you need to do, you want to specify the storage, how the data has been stored here. Here you need to specify the following. Here you can either store a type row format. Delimiter. It is not a case sensitive. Okay, row format delimiter. A space fields terminated by comma as a separator, and collection items terminated by. Here we have colon as a separator. One collection item, another collection item. Map keys. Here in map, key and value pairs are terminated by hyphen as a separator. Okay, if you want lines terminated by new line character. Lines terminated by quotes, new line as a terminator. And finally, this file is stored as text file. This is the way ends with semicolon, each and every line. So it will create a table with the following fields, and it exports the data with the following format. Kindly make a note.
Raman, in the map field, whenever we declare here in the table, so we have given like string colon int, right? There, do we need to give like a hyphen?
Yeah, here in map, here what you need to specify in your data set for PF and 1000, you want to have the data in the following format. PF hyphen.
In the table creation, when we have a map, right?
Yeah.
Their string colon we have given int. So do we need to give like a hyphen here, or string is colon is fine?
Do this. You want to give this.
Colon is fine, right?
Yeah, you want to give.
Only when we are giving data only we have to give in a hyphen.
Yeah. So here, in terms of what you need to do, you while creating the table, you want to specify. So here, what is map and how it is mentioned here. The term colon you want to specify here. Sorry, here string map. Here you are asking this. It is
Correct,
comma.
correct, correct, yeah.
Sorry, it is comma. Map string comma float.
Hyphen,
It
right?
is comma integer comma. It is not colon.
Okay.
Here only I need to specify how this key and value pair is separated. Map key is
Oh,
separated by hyphen. Here only I need to specify. Here it is comma. Sorry, I have wrongly entered as colon.
okay, okay.
Now let I connect with this another laptop and I will show you the practicals.
Sure, Raman.
Yeah. So what is the meeting ID?
388548725.
388 54 87
548725.
25. Now I am connecting my another machine. Okay. So it is connecting. Just a minute. I will have a cup of water and be back.
Sure, Raman. Take a break.
Just for 1 or 2
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, no problem, no problem.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Okay. Now let I start this machine. I am having my VMware workstation. So here I have a Ubuntu single node Hive. Okay, so let I increase the RAM memory, edit virtual machine settings. So instead of 2 GB, let I make it a RAM memory as a 4 GB. Now it is 4 GB RAM. Okay, okay. Now I have 4 GB of RAM memory and 4 processors. Let I start this virtual machine. It is starting. Yes. Username Hadoop. Password is Hadoop.
Raman, I have a question, Raman, actually. So, not related to Hive. See, when we are created a user, when we are installing or maybe when creating a single load system, we
Okay.
are creating with Hadoop user, right?
Yeah.
But when we are installing MySQL, so we are installing with the sudo and all, right?
Yeah.
Sudo get apt install MySQL hyphen server we are giving.
So while
Then if I
installing MySQL, we are getting the access using the root user of MySQL,
okay,
not the root user of Hadoop.
sorry, Raman.
We are that credential that you are giving root is associated with MySQL, not with the Hadoop.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm saying here. So when I install that, sudo maybe get up, install MySQL server. Then
Okay.
what is happening? This is not, we are not able to log in directly with MySQL. If I type MySQL hyphen u root, it has to log in, right? But it's
I
not logging because it's giving like permission issue root at localhost does not have access.
so I too did the same thing in the practical. I didn't get any issue.
But I know, I don't know. That's where, what I need to do, then again, log back and grab the permission to root at local host and, a couple of things we did. So then only I'm able to access my, because that's where I got issue with the scoop. Scoop not able
Oh,
to access this.
okay, that is the reason why you put in my case.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let me check it. Now, yeah, this is the location, Hive, where I have installed Hive. This is the home part. You can find here I installed this in this machine. I installed Hive 0.11.0. Let I double click. Here you have this bin con of unlib folders. Okay, so here uh, in this con of folder, this is the Metastore database. You can find the Metastore database that is associated. So in the Kana folder, you have a file. Okay, this is the template. Hive-environment.sh. So if you configure Hive as a separate entity, here in Hive-environment.sh, you need to specify the Java smoke path and the Hadoop smoke path. So this is the location. Okay, let I move on to this. Here being it is under the Hadoop, you no need to specify anything under environment.sh. So under this Hadoop, we can find the bash RC file, .bash RC. In .bash RC file, we have the following entries. Where is that base RC? Here you can find a base RC. Right click, open with the gedit. Here in base RC, we need to add this entry. Okay, hive underscore home path, and apart from that, the class path need to be entered here. This is your base RC file. Now you can find under base RC, you have this export hive home path, and in this here you can find already Hadoop home, Java home. You have already Scoop home. You want to specify the bin folder of Hive. Okay, so Hadoop, Java, and Scoop. Here you need to specify the bin folder of Hive. So export path equal to the bin folder of Hive in this. That's all. Okay. These are all the informations that you need to type under the bash RC file. You can find the Hive's bin path and everything. If everything is perfect, you can straight away start your Hive. Okay, so you open a terminal, Control Alt T. Your present working directory is you are under home/Hadoop. Your JPS source, here nothing is running. You can start your Hadoop. Being you are going to work with HDFS, you start your cluster. Then only HDFS will be active. Start -all.sh. Okay, so you type the JPS. Okay, you can find name node, secondary name node, job tracker, data node, and task tracker. Now you can start your Hive. Move to the location where you have configured Hive. CD. Here Hive has been configured under the following one. Let me verify. Okay, you have Hive under the following Hive 0.11.0. That I move to the location CD Hive 0.11.0. Okay, here from this location you start your bin. So can I do one thing? Can you please start? So I will connect it directly in this laptop. Okay, what we can do, we can connect directly into the laptop so that we can able to avoid the delay. Now I am going to start and I am going to